Salute to the flag, Dennis, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood. Here. Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Here.
Freeholder Delina. Freeholder Polos.
Here.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Here.
Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Here. We have some recognitions tonight.
Yes, we have a few this evening. The first is recognizing the honorees of the Raritan Bay Medical Center 29th Annual Harbor Lights Ball. Next is recognizing Fire Marshal Michael Gallagher and his brother Daniel Gallagher for their heroism. Next is recognizing Cheesequake volunteer firefighter Christopher Mohin for apprehending a shoplifter. Next is recognizing Roy and Ted Wagner for 45 years as volunteer firefighters in Plainsboro. And last is recognizing the 125th anniversary of the Borough of Helmetta.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Valenti, second by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Okay, who's up first?
I guess.
Want to head over? Thank you, members of the board. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's always a special occasion when we as a board of freeholders have an opportunity to recognize individuals from our county who go above and beyond the expected level of service, particularly when they're volunteers who take time away from their family, from their business, from their personal life, time that they could be recreating or socializing, and they put it to time spent as volunteers in their communities to help, particularly in the areas of emergency service, such as first aid, or fire departments, police auxiliary, CERT teams, emergency management, and so forth. These people, ladies and gentlemen, are the heart and soul of our communities. They provide the backbone of emergency service in our towns. They are a critical element of public safety throughout Middlesex County. Notwithstanding the fine number of paid individuals that we have in our county, I think we could all agree that our county could not survive without the great service that our volunteers provide to our residents. You know, in just a few weeks, we're going to be celebrating certainly not, but recognizing the fact that it's the 1-year anniversary of Hurricane Sandy, our superstorm. And we can hearken back just 12 short months ago and recognize how much our volunteers did to help our communities, to help rebuild, to help save lives, to help save property, and so forth. So it's a special occasion tonight on behalf of the Board of Freeholders to recognize some individuals, some who did some heroic deeds, some who have done some heroic things over a long period of time. The first two gentlemen I'd like to recognize are two gentlemen who I read about in the newspaper. I remember opening up the home news one morning and seeing this wonderful article about two men, the Wagner brothers, who hearkened from Plainsboro, Roy and Ted, and it talked about how they had served on their fire department, the Plainsboro Fire Company, since June of 1968. They both served as chiefs. They've been in the top 10 of fire responders in their fire department for the 53 years that they've been on the department. I remember, I guess it was probably an hour later, I picked the phone up and called Joe Kriza and said, Joe, we have to reach out to these individuals and bring them to the Freeholder Board for recognition. Think about that for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. 53 years of dedicated service, 53 years of being in the top 10 of responders in that community. It's an unbelievable record, one that I think is not going to be touched for some time by very many people, and I think it's so unique that it's two brothers, most importantly, who really dedicated so much time to their community, to their fire company. So tonight I'd like to ask Roy and Ted to come up and join me, and if family are here, you're welcome to come up and take pictures if you'd like. Gentlemen, please come up and accept on behalf of the Middlesex County Board of Freeholders these two resolutions recognizing your dedicated service. That's just a morning Congratulations, gentlemen. Something we can all aspire to, those of us who continue to volunteer. Our next resolution is to recognize a young gentleman who not only volunteers for the Cheesequake Volunteer Fire Company, but in a moment's notice and in a split second, he overheard an individual screaming at a mall, "Stop him, wait, stop him." That alerted something in his mind that something was awry. He realized that at that moment that someone had been robbed, and he began to chase the individual, not thinking for his own safety or his own security. He proceeded to follow the person, ran with chasing them, chased them outside, tackled the individual, was able to recover the jewelry that was valued at about $15,000. The police department arrived, apprehended the suspect, but it was all because of one individual, one volunteer, one emergency service person who said, not only am I going to help my community, but I'm going to help those who are in need and not worry about my own risk or my own safety. So I'd like to ask Christopher Moen to come up here from Township of Old Bridge to be recognized. That's a big guy. I think the other person had no shot at all.
Surprised they walked.
We thank you very much and congratulate you as well. Before I recognize the next two individuals, one of whom's in our county family, I'd like to take a moment and recognize a gentleman who served as the mayor of the city of South Plainfield for many years. He's always been involved in the county in various aspects and always an individual who you could depend on. His record is unblemished. His reputation is so fine and pure. So we're very pleased to have with us here today Mayor Dan Gallagher. Mayor. Well, I can easily say, having said that as an introduction to former mayor of South Plainfield, that in this case, ladies and gentlemen, the apples truly don't fall far from the tree. We've been blessed to have Mike Gallagher as our fire official for a number of years. He's done some outstanding things for our county. We've been recognized statewide as having one of the finest fire services in the county, not only because of the great volunteers that we have and firemen, but because we have a great fire official that's doing a wonderful job in our county. He and his brother Dan and the entire family, and they're all here tonight, and I hope you get to introduce everyone, Mayor. I'd love for you to do that. We're on vacation at Disney World, and when they were down there, they heard a hysterical plea for help to assist a 10-month-old little boy who was floating in the in-ground pool of the complex. Again, without thinking for their own safety or their own security, they immediately intervened, took care of the child. They administered cardiopulmonary resuscitation while a call was being placed to 911. They cleared the infant's airway. They did what they were taught to do. They did what every emergency service responder is trained to do, but always hopes they never have to employ. Much like a policeman hopes he never has to use his weapon, emergency service people never want to have to take care of an infant, never want to have to provide CPR and try to clear an airway. But they did it. They did it with clear mind and with clear heart, and as a result of that, the little boy was airlifted to a nearby medical center, and the prognosis did not seem to be very hopeful. The infant was placed into a medically induced coma to allow his organs to rest, and on the last day of the vacation, the infant's family visited the Gallagher family and was happy that the son who received their life-saving assistance could say thank you in person. So I'd like to ask Michael and Daniel to please come up and accept these resolutions for a job well done. Congratulations. Thank you. Mayor, would you like to introduce some of the family that's here tonight? I know we have a lot of family here tonight. No? Okay, well, will the family of the Gallaghers please stand for a round of applause? And would the family and friends of the Wagners and Chris Moen please stand as well, and we thank you all for coming as well tonight. Thank you, members of the board.
behalf of the rest of the board as well, just to say thank you to all of you for a job well done. We really appreciate everything that you did, and you make a difference, absolutely. Okay, correspondence.
Each freeholder has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence will be kept on file in the office of the clerk of the board for reference.
Is there a motion to accept?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, public hearing.
Ordinance 13-409. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Home News Tribune on September 16, 2013. This public hearing was authorized at a meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders held September 12, 2013.
The clerk will read ordinance number 13409 by title only.
County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, Ordinance Number 13-409. A loan ordinance of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, approving and authorizing the entering into, execution, and delivery of a loan and security agreement with the Middlesex County Improvement Authority for the undertaking of various 2013 capital improvements and the acquisition and installation, as applicable, of various equipment with an estimated cost of $9,108,145. The cost of such improvements and equipment to be financed through the issuance of county-guaranteed capital equipment and improvement revenue bonds, Series 2013 of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, September 26, 2013, at 7 p.m., and authorizing publication thereof.
At this time, I would like to see if anyone from the public would like to make any comments on number 13409.
Being none, I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. At this time, is there a motion to adopt ordinance number 13409?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Valenti, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes.
Ordinance 13-0002. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Home News Tribune on September 16, 2013. This public hearing was authorized at a meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders held September 12, 2013.
The clerk will read ordinance number 13-002 by title only.
County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, Ordinance Number 13-002. An ordinance of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, approving and authorizing the entering into, execution, and delivery of a lease and agreement with the Middlesex County Improvement Authority for the purchase of vehicles with an estimated cost of $1,470,000, the cost of such vehicles to be financed through the issuance of county-guaranteed capital equipment and improvement revenue bonds, Series 2013 of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, September 26, 2013, at 7 p.m., and authorizing publication thereof.
At this time, the public hearing is open. Anyone from the public would like to speak on this?
Move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion to close by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Deputy Director Valenti. Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt 13-002?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. 13-001.
Notice of this public hearing was published in the Home News Tribune on September 16, 2013. This public hearing was authorized at a meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders held September 12, 2013.
The clerk will read ordinance number 13-001 by title only.
County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, Ordinance Number 13-001, an ordinance authorizing the guarantee by the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, of the payment of principal of and interest on the county-guaranteed capital equipment and improvement revenue bonds issued by the Middlesex County Improvement Authority in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $15,250,000, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, September 26, 2013, at 7 p.m., authorizing a publication thereof, consenting to such financing, and determining certain other matters in connection therewith.
At this time, the public hearing is open. If anyone from the public would like to make any comments. Anyone from the public?
Move to close the public portion?
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, second by Freeholder Deputy Director Valente. Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. This time, is there a motion to adopt ordinance number 13-001?
So move.
Second?
Motion by Deputy Director Valente, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belmonte,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. This time, reports of freeholders. Freeholder Ken Armour.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. On September 18th, the Middlesex County Office of Human Services and its community partners launched a countywide youth violence prevention initiative designed to encourage students to speak up to report threats of violence. The centerpiece of the initiative is a hotline and text messaging service that Middlesex County students can contact 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to anonymously report weapon threats. The local media campaign is built around the theme Hero, with the message, you don't have to be a superhero to save lives. The theme was created by a student at the McGinnis Middle School in Perth Amboy. The theme is featured throughout the campaign and is highlighted in posters that will be distributed to every middle school and wallet cards that will be distributed to every middle school student. I am pleased to announce that the state has been awarded federal social services block grant funds to further assist New Jersey residents who continue to recover from Superstorm Sandy. Through this funding, the Middlesex County Office of Human Services has received $6.6 million has received a $6.6 million award for the Sandy Homeowners Renters Assistance Program, a temporary relief program designed to assist individuals and families who are experiencing a housing crisis as a result of the storm. Eligible residents can receive a maximum of 6 months of assistance or $15,000 to promote housing stability, including maintaining temporary housing while a primary residence is being repaired or rebuilt, maintaining a primary residence for the household to return to when repair or reconstruction is complete, maintaining housing after reduction in income, or ensuring that affected households have items deemed necessary for health and safety upon return to a primary residence. Catholic Charities, one of the county's 2 funded prevention services agencies, will begin working on this project right away. Proposal specifications will be issued shortly for agencies interested in becoming program administrators. All funding must be exhausted by September 30th, 2015. And that completes my report. Thank you, Freeholder Director.
Thank you, Freeholder Armwood. Freeholder Carol Barrett Belmonte.
Thank you, Director. This week, the county's finance department embarked on a new initiative to modernize and automate the receipt of payments made to the county. Middlesex County receives over $5 million in payments a month from various sources for services provided. Over 1,500 transactions are currently being processed and deposited manually. This Easy Pay initiative was going to increase efficiency and save the county taxpayers over $250,000 a year by eliminating mail couriers and increasing work time. Through Easy Pay, checks will be scanned directly to banks, and the system will enable the county to prepare for internet payments via the county's new website, which is now in development. I will be updating the board periodically of the progress of this effort. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder Barrett Belmonte. Freeholder H. James Polos.
Thank you. On Saturday, October 5th, the county will be conducting another paper shredding event. It'll be at the South Plainfield Powell Building from 9 to 12. So if you need to shred paper, take advantage of this great opportunity. Also, a reminder to everyone, it's flu season. And if you speak to health experts, they're indicating that this could be the worst of seasons possible. I think most health experts indicate that kids and individuals 6 months and older should be getting vaccines, particularly people who are most susceptible to flu and influenza. They're being offered through the county. You can also see signs up at a lot of the large chain drugstores that are offering flu vaccines. We offer them at $15 per vaccine. They're also free to those individuals who are on Medicare. If you'd like to visit our website or contact our health office at 732-745-3100, they can let you know when the clinics are being held, and we invite you to come and get vaccinated. There's also a pneumonia vaccine that can also be offered. It's a slightly higher cost, again covered under Medicare if individuals are Medicare recipients, but if you are susceptible to that and you want to be protected from that, you can also get that type of a shot. The board probably read in the paper, as I did about a month ago, and saw it on the news too, about a very large warehouse fire up in North Jersey, and there was difficulty in fighting the fire because of the large number of solar panels on the roof. The responding firemen were actually afraid about the electrical currents and so forth, and as a result of that, they lost most of the warehouse. As a result of that, I had asked our fire official to ensure that our fire departments in Middlesex County have the highest level of training possible to deal with those kinds of situations. You know, we're a very green county, and I certainly have been an advocate, as the county has been, for sustainability and green technology. As we encourage more residences to have solar panels on their roofs and more businesses, we want to make sure that our responders understand the technology and are able to deal with the fire and not be concerned about the electricity that's traveling through these systems and the converters and inverters that are attached to them. We're working in partnership with PSE&G. We have done some courses in the past, I found out, but as a result of my request, we've sent a directive out to all the fire chiefs in the county, requesting from them if they feel that they need additional training. We will develop a course specifically for that. We want to make sure that, you know, these individuals are putting their lives on the line to respond. We don't want them to have any extra hazard without the knowledge behind it on how to deal with it. And I believe there's a meeting coming up in just a few days as a result of that with PSE&G. We've invited all of our chiefs to that meeting so that they can speak with them directly about additional training that they may need. Thank you, Director.
Thank you, Freeholder Polos. Freeholder Charles Tamaro.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Tonight we will share with you an exciting new tool in our efforts to boost economic development and business investment in Middlesex County. The Economic Development Business Portal provides valuable tools for business attraction, expansion, and retention throughout our county. Using the latest GIS technology, the county will now provide web-based resources to our municipal partners, commercial investors, and business organizations. It will showcase the county's many assets and location site-specific incentives to our impressive demographics and business opportunities. The portal is one part of our strategy of an economic development plan outlined in a study conducted a short time ago. Middlesex County uses the GIS technology for business attraction purposes that has gained attention of URSA, the leader ArcGIS technology, so much so that the company bestowed on us its Special Achievement Award, which you see in front of us. I now introduce Kathleen Shaw, our Business Development and Education Department Head, to present to you our business portal through a PowerPoint presentation.
Good evening, everybody. It's my pleasure to share with you some exciting technologies that we've been able to partner on for economic development and business development. Just waiting for the clicker, so bear with me a second. I'm clickless. Khalid, I'm sorry. It's not clicking down. Sorry, everybody. Middlesex County assets. Very important to put Middlesex County in context. Sometimes it's not so easy to see. But we consistently have higher household median income, the second highest population in the state. Our spending power is 33% higher than the nation as a whole. Our education attainment has increased over the past 10 years. We have 2 million consumers within a 4-hour drive. We also have a very much emerging health and wellness sector growth, and it's in the context of course, our recognized university and medical research facilities. It's a value proposition for our business growth. Again, looking at what makes up the county, 810,000 people, very important, we're part of the metropolitan area. That's a huge economic driver there. Other things that are hard to really wrap yourself around is multiple freight lines, access to ocean ports and waterfront, proximity to New York and Philadelphia, our educated local workforce, and our great parks and open space, and also public transit, including regional lines. We also have things that have been identified and are with us every day in the news, and that's commercial growth opportunity for this region. The Panama Canal expansion that we've talked about before is going to really energize the ports on the east and Gulf coasts. They're going to experience the major share of cargo expansion from the doubling of the Panama Canal. So in this point in time, we've got ports that are dredging, and very, very close to us here, the Bayonne Bridge is going to be rising. It shows the former height of the bridge and the new goal for the bridge. That's to allow larger container ships to come in, which will be opportunities for us. So the shift in the market, this is the bigger global picture. Everybody knows we've had a market shift in this country. So foreign impact on the economy, China is experiencing a 70% increase in their labor costs every year. It's not getting cheaper for them, it's getting more expensive. But what's happening with labor costs is China's labor costs are rising, which is shrinking the gap with the US, anticipated to be 40% by 2014. So we talk about the US dollar. Appreciation of China currency against the US dollar, what it means for us is increased goods cost in China. Therefore, window of opportunity, shift back to the USA. And that's already evident with some major shifts back with Ford and CR. And that also means there'll be industry shifts. So what will be made in the USA? Electrical equipment, appliances, plastic, rubber products, and machinery. Those are all heavy users for this region. The big challenge, how do we attract the new markets? We're introducing Middlesex County's business portal. It's an online resource tool. It's promoting business attraction, expansion, retention. We can't forget the businesses that are here. We need to help the businesses that need to grow do that. This is a web-based platform, and it's a one-stop approach, which you hear about all the time. Our own workforce office has a one-stop approach. The state has one. It's for investors, it's for our municipal partners, our 25 municipalities, it's for private sector corporations, agencies, and for existing businesses. The business portal launch will showcase site location opportunities for new investors from all industry sectors. Whether you're a small retailer, you're looking for a central business district location in one of our towns, in their little downtowns, or our growth market, import-export. So it's going to serve industry-wide sectors. Who is served with this portal? What we have with this GIS map-based platform is county is now availing itself for the first time for county metrics of the investments. We'll have site statistics, how many international hits there are on our website, where they're coming from, how many domestic by zip code. So we'll be able to know who's interested and fold that into our promotional goals for the future. Business analyst is an element that's inside of the portal, and that's a very, very powerful demographic, marketing, and traffic database that is site-specific. So if you're looking for an individual parcel, the demographic data you get is going to be relevant to that parcel, not generic for the whole county. So everything here is driving site-specific. This is the data that we've included in the portal as we've built it. We have local data on their zoning, their municipal profiles, who to contact for business in each one of the municipalities, and their site-specific incentives. To know that Edison has a foreign trade zone, that might be very attractive for an import-export business to know they can locate there. The county, we have our parks and cultural sites integrated in, our parcels and tax data, our planning data, our county assets, our cultural, historical, and recreational sites, as well as the incentives that we've created to put inside the portal. The state is offering information on freight lines, passenger lines, roads, our municipal boundaries, and our water bodies and streams. Third party, as I mentioned, business analyst, which provides demographics, traffic counts, market opportunity-based maps, and also what's for sale or lease for business commercial properties. How do you use it? Basically, there's a 4-step process. Number one, you're going to access it through the internet. You're going to use tools to find an interesting commercial location or a parcel. You're going to analyze the parcel by looking at the incentives, the county data, the transportation information. You can compare multiple parcels. And you'll be able to also leverage external commercial real estate information to see what's for sale or lease. It's user-friendly for site selectors. You can search by attributes. You want to see where all the foreign trade zone areas are. You want to customize your map and put map annotations. Good port location here. You want to get demographics and retail information. All these can be exported into an Excel or PDF, and emailed out and shared. Each one of these turns into a parcel report. A parcel report, again, this is emailable, downloadable into a PDF. Included in that report is the distant calculations to transportation networks. So if you have a particular industry and they need to know where the commercial freight lines are, that calculation's done for them. They don't have to say, gee, how do I find where the nearest transportation hub is? It's all linked in. The site-specific incentives are outlined to the investors so they can see it, and of course they're able to access that demographic data. This is a list of the 9 site-specific incentives that are available in our 25 municipalities between redevelopment areas, transit villages, urban transit hubs, our urban enterprise zone, foreign trade zone, and our special improvement districts. All these areas provide unique site-specific incentives to businesses looking to locate in our county. It's quick and easy access to the data. Do I sound like an infomercial for the nighttime? As I mentioned before, it's printable, emailable. You can bookmark your data and compare 5 parcels together. Have a nice grid sheet where you can say, gee, this property's taxes are X amount. Make your decisions easier. It's also a powerful tool for our economic development office. As I mentioned, we're going to have county analytics, our user site login, and our site reports. We can do more complex inquiries with Business Analyst Online, and our staff is going to be trained to do more in-depth queries. If we have a large distribution company that's looking for a specific site, we now have the ability to go in and do a custom query and put the incentives together to help make that investment happen. We also are including each one of our municipal partners. We're developing a profile. This is a profile just to showcase their business contacts. Who to call in each town. Sometimes that in itself is a challenge. So identifying that, and of course our freeholders, because this is a county program, so we want them to know where all the tools are, and this profile is available right from inside the portal. And most importantly, our county assets are going to be showcased in the portal. We'll be able to harness what business development and education brings to the table, and that's that our workforce has talent and job networks to meet industry needs. They're always reinventing what should the direction be to serve getting people jobs and getting the employees that our businesses need. Real estate, of course, we're always working on county space utilization and commercial leases. Our cultural heritage brings the diversity programs, the cultural and history and arts that we have right to the table for that investor to know there's a quality of life in this town that I'm moving all my employees to. We have, lastly, looking at economic development purely with import and export being our market potential. We have I-Port 12 and 440, and they're preparing for increased trade and port expansions. So that's really their role in this, in the county, is getting that distribution of goods where it needs to go. And of course, education. Our partnerships for education between Rutgers Extension Service and our county executive superintendent and the VOTEC and our college provides a network, along with Rutgers University, of a great place for investment. So that is pretty much the quick version to give you insight into this new tool. We are beta testing it internally right now, and our goal is to go live before the end of 2013. And I want to give special thanks this project to Khalid Anjem from IT. We've had endless challenges to put all this new data in one special, unique place that's going to meet the needs for our future. So I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait until we all can share it on a daily basis. So thank you for letting me present.
Well, thank you, Kathleen. I know when you first came aboard, you spoke about the portal and how you want to develop it and make it happen. Thank you for your great efforts and to making this come to fruition. And I know it's going to help out our 25 municipalities in a tremendous way. Not only that, but to bring in the commercial, good commercial ratables, but also to help them grow in a smart way. Thank you very much, and congratulations on your award.
Everyone's award. Thank you.
This Sunday, October 6th, that's next Sunday, there will be a ceremony of the Founders Day of 2013 with a performance of Ulysses S. Grant, portrayed by Larry Clowers, an accomplished actor with an American Historical Theater. There are two performances, one at 1:15 and the other at 3, and it's free to register. At our extension service at 42 Riva Avenue and Davison Mill Road in South Brunswick, there will be an introduction to vermicomposting seminar on Wednesday, October 2nd at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And also this week, I'm very proud to announce that once again, one of our schools in the county, our vocational school and technical schools, from the U.S. Secretary of Education, Arnie Duncan, has recognized the Middlesex County Academy for Science and Mathematics and Engineering Technical Schools as a National Blue Ribbon School Award for 2013. Last year, our VOTEC school in Perth Amboy was awarded the Blue Ribbon, and now this year, our technical school in Edison for math and science and engineering was awarded the Blue Ribbon. We'll be having a ceremony in the near future, but I think that's such a great accomplishment, not only to have it 1 year, but 2 years in a row for one of our schools to accomplish that. Congratulations to our schools and our superintendent, Brian Laughlin, and our board for the VOTEC schools for doing such a great job with our schools. Thank you, Freeholder Director.
Thank you, Freeholder Tamaro. Freeholder Deputy Director Valenti.
Thank you, Freeholder Rios. I'm pleased to announce that the county pilot wellness program is moving ahead quickly, and so far has garnered every positive feedback from the employees involved in it. Employees have met as groups and in one-on-one sessions with a wellness coach who offers health education and other programming to help our employees find long-term health and wellness solutions. Topics covered include smoking cessation, nutrition, exercise, medical advice, and personalized wellness plans. The wellness program is being implemented by the Middlesex County Joint Health Insurance Fund. This type of program has been implemented by leading private companies and has resulted in significant savings in their health care costs. The best part about our program is that it is fully funded by our insurance carriers, meaning the county will pay nothing for a program that will result in healthier employees and a reduction in the county's health care costs. I will continue to update you on this terrific addition to our programs. And I also want to add at this time, don't forget McFoods, our county food pantry that collects a lot of food. And this past month, I believe that we had over 40 agencies or groups that came to reach us because of the needs of food. People are hungry, and there are a lot of people that are unemployed, and this helps them a great deal. So please contribute to our cans that are collected in all the county buildings. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Director Valenti. I have a few comments that I'd like to make. On September 13th, we had the dedication of the George Otlowski Senior Mental Health Center in Perth Amboy, which was formerly the Raritan Bay Mental Health Center, and it was named in the honor of our former freeholder director, former assemblyman from the 19th district, and mayor of Perth Amboy, George Otlowski, who was a big advocate for education and also for mental illness. And it was well attended by many people, and it was really turned out nice. And it's just a true good feeling to see that that building was named in his honor, and his family was very well appreciative. On September 21st, this past weekend, I attended a vigil on top of the Victory Bridge in Perth Amboy that was organized by Mayor Wilda Diaz, trying to bring awareness to that bridge because there have been so many suicides or so many suicide attempts, and hoping that the state, being that it's a state road, would put a fence up. And it's not only trying to save the lives of people that may have a problem or problems, whether it be mental illness or depression. It's not only endangering their lives, it's also endangering the emergency responders, trying to save the lives of those people that try to take their own lives. So I'm hoping that the state recognizes the need for it. The vigil was well attended. It was attended by Senator Joe Vitale, Assemblyman Coughlin, and other people, City Council from Perth Amboy as well. And hopefully, again, that the state sees fit that they can put a fence up, and hopefully we'll never have another death as a result of the low wall or railing on that bridge. I also attended yesterday the Senior Health and Fitness Walk that was sponsored by our Office on Aging, and there was over 500 attendees, and I think it was a great job by our Human Services Department. And kudos to Lila and Jerry McKenzie for you and all your staff. All the seniors, including myself, enjoyed the walk. It was really, really nice, and it just brings awareness on how people have to take care of their health, whether it be through activity and also nutrition. And I also would like to extend my congratulations to our VoteTech Board of Trustees, the students most importantly, of the Blue Ribbon Award. It's just amazing how they excelled, and they're noticed by on a national level, And we are one of, I believe, 15 schools in the state and one of 200 in the country. That speaks volumes. So I think it's just a great thing that we accomplished over there. Mr. Kelso, any resolutions to be added?
There are none.
Resolutions to be amended?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be held?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be voided?
There are none.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open up the meeting to the public for any discussion on any of the resolutions listed.
I move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Fielder Tamaro, second by Fielder Deputy Director Valente. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are any items to be removed from consent agenda and voted on separately?
Yes, Director, I have 13-1813.
Anyone else?
Freeholder Director, I have 13-1872.
I also have 13-1872. Anyone else? Okay, Mr. Kelso.
Ye- Yes, Fielder Director, a motion would then be in order to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 13-1806 through resolution 13-1892, including resolution number 13-1051, which had been previously held, excluding resolution 13-1807 to be held, and resolutions 13-1872 and 13-1813 to be voted upon separately.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Valente, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Before we vote, I would like to make a comment. At this time, I would like to ask my fellow freeholders to join me in approving resolution number 13-1806 on tonight's agenda. If passed, we will send a message and a strong message to Trenton and to the people of the state of New Jersey that Middlesex County Board of Freeholders supports raising the minimum wage. A question asking voters if they approve of raising the minimum wage will be placed on the ballot for the November general election. As government officials sworn to serve the people of this county, we must take a stand for economic fairness. We must ensure that our workers are earning livable wages. I implore the voters of Middlesex County to pass the question number 2 on the November ballot, allowing for this minimum wage increase. It will lift the economy for us all, but most importantly, it's just the right thing to do. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes.
And now, Fielder Director, it would be appropriate to consider resolution 13-1813, which was excluded by Freeholder Tamaro.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Valente, seconded by Freeholder Barrett Belante. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Present, not voting.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes.
And finally, it would be appropriate to consider resolution 13-1872, which was excluded by both Freeholder Armwood and Freeholder Director Rios.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Valente, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood,
Present, not voting.
Freeholder Barrett Belante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Present, not voting. Okay. At this time, I would like to open up the public discussion. Anyone from the public that would like to make any comments?
There are no comments. I move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Deputy Director Valente. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Valente, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.